All right, guys, we're here to look into object level settings. I went ahead and modeled in some beams and columns. Uh, doesn't matter what they are. I just threw some stuff in. Whatever you want to is fine. What I want to note out is that object level settings works off of filters and other settings that you have. So here, Tekla has certain things such as steel beam. It has filters where you can only select the beam. All right, it's pretty much the same thing in the drawing. You want to make sure that you have filters set for each item that you put into your model. Like I say, right now what we're working with, we have steel beam, we have steel column. We want to make sure that right here, we want to make sure all these check boxes are checked so that these items will show up in our drawing. These filters will show up wherever we need them to. So whether it be a steel column, steel beam, we want to make sure these items are anywhere that we need them to be. All right. So since we've checked that, we're going to Control P, put this in plan view, and I'm going to pick box this area here just so that's all that shows up in my drawing. And I'm going here, fit work area by 2 points, and that's what I want to show in my drawing. All right, so now drawings, create general arrangement drawings. Now, right now you can go to drawing properties. Now I'm going to leave this as standard, and you notice detailed object level settings is set to no. So right now there's nothing being used in the object level settings. All right, so I'm just going to tell it to create and open the drawing. Now this is out of the box Tekla. Not that it's horrible, but maybe it's not really what you want. Don't worry about these question marks is because I didn't do a numbering. So let's not worry about that right now. What we're really concerned about is the object level settings is how things look. The beam, we see the exact profile. We see the hidden lines for the web. We see the flanges. Well, you know, maybe we only want to see just a line for a beam, but we want the column to look exact. Well, this is where object level settings come in. Double click in the background. All right. Like I said before, you have to have a filter set for everything that you're going to work with. Beam, columns, etc. No matter what it is, you need a filter set. And if you don't have a filter set, there's no problem. Just go new filter, and then you can add a row. Part name equals whatever it is that you have. You can do components, bolts. I mean, you have a list of options, and you don't have to do name. You can do profile, material, finish. All right, these are not things that we're going to get into at this time. I will cover these later. If you need more information on these right now, just please comment. Let me know that you would like to see a video that goes more in depth into this. But right now we're not going to cover this because what I want to go over is the object level settings. And with object level settings, you have to have your filter set, as I said. If you want the part to look a certain way, then you would need to go to part. Right here we have beam, load. All right, it says exact. All right, which is what we're seeing here, is showing you exact. Well, let's say that we want our beam to look, just to be a symbol. And we don't need center lines. We don't need hidden lines, okay? The appearance, I say we want it to be orange. All right, so I've set this up, and then I can say save. Now the beam carries this. Now notice it did not change my drawing here, although I saved it. It's not a problem. I'm just going to say, okay, I saved that. This is where object level settings come in. I'm going to say add a row. All right, my beam here, which I can choose several things. the part, and I can choose part mark, which we'll get into, but right now we're just worried about the part itself. And I want it to look like the setting I just saved, beam. So if I say modify, now it just made a line. Instead of it being profile, now it gives me a symbol. Basically just a line is what it gives me. All right, so now say I want this part mark for the beam. I don't want it just to be the assembly position in the profile. So I'm just going to OK out of this real quick. We'll go back to part mark. So beams here. All right, I'm going to load this. This is something I had already set up. So I've got assembly position, profile, start Z. Start Z is your elevation. That is the start point elevation. You have two handles for your material. You have a start point and end point, your yellow and magenta. All right, what this is going to do is on a flat beam, you have no problems. It's going to grab the start point, the yellow point, and it's going to give you that elevation. You could also use a assembly top position to get that, which would be recommended for, say, tubes or something. That's something I'll get into in another video as well. Right now, I'm just showing you start Z, and you can also use end Z. If you have a sloped beam, it would give you the top and bottom elevation of that sloped beam. But anyway, right now, that's not important for object level settings. I'm just showing that part mark properties, I have something set up for beams. So go in here, go back to object level settings, add a row, beam, part mark, beams, modify, and now it changed that to give me the elevation, which is what I had set here. So that's basically how object level settings work. You set your filter for whatever object, then you go and set your part mark or the part itself, how it should look. And this works with anything, bolt marks, bolts, anything you want. You go to object level settings and you set all of these, and you can continue to add for everything. Steel columns, part, you know, say I wanted it to be hidden. It hid my columns. This is where you can pretty much build how you want your drawing to look, and you can save any of your settings here, and then you can also save them here. Once you have everything set up, if you save and you have your object level settings set, you can save it here and use it on additional drawings. Now Tekla, like I say, they have some things out of the box. If we loaded plan, you notice this is turned to yes. Tekla has some settings. Now this is out of the box. If you want to customize, basically follow the process I have just given you, and you can make your drawings look any way that you want them to. Thanks for watching. Please comment. I'll be more than happy to make any additional videos to help you guys out. Let me know what you need.